Hey everybody, we have animation desk paper. I reversed this peg, turned it around so this paper fits. Remember, I punched this paper myself. We're going to draw He-Man full view, and it'll be tough. So what we're going to do is turn the disc to what's called a 90-degree counterclockwise tilt, okay? And you can definitely do that in animation. Okay, you just write on the exposure sheet 90-degree counterclockwise tilt, and they'll turn the camera. They don't turn the base. They don't have a disc in the camera room. What they have is a camera that turns. Now today everything's CG, but it's all based on the olden days. And that's something that the students should understand, is that everything that's happening with CG, with Toon Boom, it's all based off of this stuff. So at our school, we teach traditional first. Then the rest of it you can learn on YouTube, or find a school where the teachers have good experience in teaching, but have worked in the field. Okay, it's really important. So check it out, and they should be current. Okay, because the software changes so often. But everybody goes to YouTube to find out anyways. So 90-degree clockwise tilt means that you're just turning the camera. So if you want the camera to go like this, in a scene, they're turning the actual camera, and that's calibrated. Just mark it on your exposure sheet. I'm going to use a China marker for the Layin to show you that it doesn't always have to be the same tool. So we'll keep swapping out the tools. Okay. So here's He-Man. Here's his head. I'm using this classic one here, this from the classic He-Man, but we'll change it. So same thing, neck is forward. Okay, rib cage. It looks like he's about 5 heads tall, which is weird. 1, 2, 3. He has 3 heads down to the, let's try it. It's 3 heads. So in a studio, they will give you Post-its, believe it or not. But let's see what happens. Let's go like this. Okay, so we got that. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah, pretty much 3 down to the pubic arch. And then we're going to go 4, 5. So he's about 6 heads tall, which your average human figure is going to be 7.5 heads tall. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Divide that in half. We've got his pelvis, rib cage. We want to get the gesture down. See, so I'm going to have him hold the sword like that. See, and it'll cut through the leg, which will give some action. And it will just have him. So he's just, he's looking at you. And this is why we do so much figure drawing. So way too high, too low. So we'll go here. 1, 2, 3. Pubic arch. And that's why we work with super loose tools. Classic figure drawing. So if you want to draw He-Man, study ribbons. I'm going to give him big shoulders. He-Man. He-Man. I went to YouTube and looked up He-Man videos. Boy, did it bring back some memory. He doesn't move. I mean, this was the non-animation period. He just And then when he is moving, it's stock. And then you get like one scene where he's actually like animated. Like, wow, I remember that. But I got to work on stock, so that was cool. Stock is when the character goes like this. And you have 5 mouths and 3 eyes for every drawing. So whereas this animation might be this much drawings, by the time you put in all those mouths, 5 mouths for every drawing with 3 eyes, a scene gets really thick. But it's not hard because we can draw the mouth. So all of the characters, you only had 5. So you had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 was an ooh mouth. Eddie Rayberg used to call it a chicken's ass mouth, and how he ever chicken's ass was looking at that. Eddie once told me, are you ready? That when a dog barks, its butthole goes like this. I'm like, Eddie, we want to know how you know that. The old animators, remember, they were fun. So you have a 1 mouth, which is 2 mouth, which is e, 3 mouth, ah, 4 mouth, more of a scream, ah. 6 mouth is an ooh. Yeah, there's no 7. 5 was an between 3 and 6 was a transition. And all you do is just keep flipping those mouths down because that's limited animation. And that's it. It's just exposing dialogue. So when an animator would get promoted, they would just expose dialogue all day long. So imagine you graduate from CalArts and you're this full animation person. If you get a job at Filmation, and all you're doing is putting numbers down all day long. It's pretty funny. Okay, so I'm going to really beat my big chest out here. But I can do anything I want with this pencil. It's a China marker. And the reason why we use this is it's loose. It's soft. It's freedom. And that's real important. In figure drawing, the teachers will tell you to use a soft tool. Well, if they haven't worked in the industry, they're just saying that because they want you to have the freedom, looseness. But if you've worked in the industry, it's because most likely you'll do your rough animation with a China marker. All right, he's got these cute little He-Man panties. All right, so we go from here to here, there to there. Let's go down a little bit. Okay, so this is going to go towards me. So I go like that. Well, let's go against counter belief. Let's make it straight or slightly down. So it's slightly straight. Where's He-Man? Okay. The internet is so funny. You guys are so silly. I don't know. It was his choice. Everybody back then was a lot of the employers, everybody. I mean, it was animation. So that's why I really had a tough time in college because it was such a big deal. It was like, what's the big deal? Like, why are you guys making a big deal out of something that's just so normal? But that was their problem. Okay, so here we go. We got He-Man hands. See, you can just work it out. Okay, so there's He-Man, I guess. Let's take a look. Yeah, give me him. We got distortion here, so could be looking at distortion issues, but it looks normal here. All right, so we got that. Let's see. Yeah, so maybe about as normal as it gets. Since we're drawing at an angle here, Corey's gonna get mad at me. Okay, here's He-Man. Then we grab another piece of paper. A lot of it. I think my favorite part, because I grew up worshiping art supplies, is that when you're working in the studio in traditional, you get all the art supplies you want. It's just like, God, I'm in heaven. So I just loved it. So cool. All right, so now light. Okay, so now I can turn this down here. And now we get in there and start really drawing. Put in the rhythm chart. Let's bring it down. We're going to do some camera mechanics here. Ooh. There we go. And this is just head drawing. So at the school right now, we're doing head drawing. So I have the students learning the skull. They're all drawing the skull. I had them sitting in different positions, modeling for each other with their faces, and they had to hold a skull in their hand. So they put the skull in a position. So we're doing old school learning. It's going to be seriously buff. So the problem I'm having with these videos is usually if I want to draw like a really buff character, I'll just, have a mirror in my studio and take off my shirt and pose, but I can't do that here. Was I He-Man? Oh no. What do you look like? Well, I have a He-Man here. We're going to do a breakdown later. So let's see. So here's He-Man. See, this is my drawing. See, this is one of my drawings. So we're going to do breakdowns. I didn't keep a lot. I only have like 1 or 2 scenes out of all the years. I didn't take anything. We had Xerox machines. Big trapezes. So I'm going to have his chest plate go to what's called the acromion process right there. And then little big freaking deltoid, huge triceps, brachialis, pectoralis coming this way underneath the deltoid, bicep. Let the effects department do the skull. I mean, let the effects department do the sword. Back in filmation, the effects department wasn't like in a feature film, so we did have to draw our own stuff. So I drew a lot of the swords. But if you're in a feature, place, you can, they'll let the effects department handle it. That's what they're good at. We drew organic things. The effects people were great. They're great at everything. So you can use his underwear as a tool to show form of the leg. So we really want to wrap this around. So really wrap that around cross contours. Again, all of this stuff that I'm explaining is very normal at our school. Start learning it really fast. So as soon as they walk in, they start learning this stuff. And it doesn't matter if they're 6 or 7 years old, they're going to start learning about cross contours, cool bitch and wave, rhythms. They don't necessarily know it and they don't know why, but boy, did they learn it. All right, this come towards me, I'll make this come away. And then all of a sudden, just pull a little string, everything comes together and everybody freaks out because then all of a sudden you've got like a 9-year-old really drawing. They're not just copying something. I mean, they're really drawing. And then at 14, they start teaching. So, if you're an adult and you come in and let's say you're going to learn the rhythm chart of the head, well, I'll teach it to you, but I got, and we got my employees, they might be 15 years old. They'll teach it to you. So when you come to the school, be ready that you're going to be taught by people who know it, but they might be super young. And you listen because I expect that that they do it right. What do they do with this thing? Let's see. When you're dyslexic, this stuff really screws you up. You're doing pronation, supination. Let's see. Oh, let's just go down like that. Okay. Yeah, it's not much. You just keep working it. Okay, so see the back of the hand, front of the palm of the hand. Okay. They really push the quads. Just bring this back up. Here. This is going back. So go like that. So it's pretty much straight on, but we're looking down at him, so I'll have this kind of a curve. Okay. Now what you can do is take a kneaded eraser. Oh, we got to put in the mighty sword. This coming towards me. This is the important part, the cross contour. Okay. And we can turn off the light. We got to put in his. Okay. Now you do it. You just rub it down. Now we can go to the red. Yeah, there. Tie it down. Okay, here's the face. Notice I get real quiet. So I'm just trying to get my students to understand that I'm only talkative in the classroom. So again, this is what it sounds like to be in a studio. Everybody's in their work. I'm not going to put the sword on model at the time, but it was this weird shape. So we got to be careful tangents. I'm going to cover the leg here. Triangle shape. Listen for the shapes. Always look at that midline. So this will give you that midline here. Okay. And there's a He-Man. Wow. Drawing fast. Drawing fast because we're on the video. So this would be a rough. probably 2 stages to finish. And I don't know if you guys can see it without distortion. Here we go. There's a pan of He-Man. He-Man. Okay. It's fun. It's figure drawing. So pay attention to your figure drawing teachers. Listen to them. And if you really want to draw He-Man well, study ribbons, buy the videos, or come to the school. We have people that are zooming in from all over. The furthest we've had to zoom in from was India, which was pretty wild because of the middle of the night. He did really well. I mean, I see him online. He's teaching. Good guy. We have people, Orange County, people driving from Santa Clarita. It's about an hour. So I'll make it worth your while. I'll give you what you need. Okay, that's a He-Man started from scratch. And now we'll make him move. Oh no. Make him move? Oh no, He-Man characters don't move. Okay, see you in a while.